Hello everybody, Sergeant Soldier here back with How to Rust, and today we're making a return to pick rating when it comes to the high external stone wall. In our last video, we were looking at rating with the metal pick, and we saw that it's going to take 29 picks, give or take. I think the actual number was like 28.16 to actually destroy the wall. So a couple people sent me messages and it asked me what is the fastest way to get through the wall and whether or not that's resource intensive. So sometimes this might be more expensive than that, this is faster than this one, etc, etc, etc. So I thought, you know what, maybe the last one was more centered towards vanilla because it's the cheapest option. Really, using metal picks is the cheapest option. However, it isn't the fastest. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to look at different tools and weapons that are either A, going to be faster than the metal picks, or B, slower but really, really expensive. So starting off with number one, we have the machete. So the machete did 11 damage per machete with 13 swings and a 1 second swing. That means that per machete, it took 13 seconds. Now, it's also going to take 153.84 machetes, so 154 machetes to tear this wall down. Which means it's going to take 33.33 minutes total, so almost 33 and a half minutes to tear this thing down, which is really, really fast. But it's also going to cost you 11,550 metal frags and 15,400 wood. That is very, very expensive compared to the 2,900 wood and 1,450 metal frags of the metal pick. But you're also looking at a difference of about 8 minutes, give or take, 9 minutes maybe. So, actually no. Yeah, about 8, 9 minutes. So, it's a lot faster, definitely. Number two, we have the salvaged sword. Now, the salvaged sword does 24 damage per sword, and it takes about 16 swings to break the sword with a swing speed of 1.25 seconds, which basically means it takes 20 seconds to destroy your sword. Now, all in all, it's going to take you 84 swords to get through this wall, or about 83.333. So in total, you're looking at 28 minutes of swinging the swords. In terms of resource costs, it's 8,400 frags, 2,100 cloth. Now, taking the cloth out of it, if you have a ton of cloth that you're not using, this would definitely be the fastest method and probably close to the cheapest, simply because of the low frag amount and the fact that it doesn't cost wood. But the cloth itself is really, really expensive. So personally, I wouldn't waste the cloth on it. But for those of you that are unmodded and have a ton of cloth, it might not be a big deal. So moving on now, we have the longsword. Now the longsword, let me get up here on this box. Oh, I fell. The longsword does 23 damage per sword, and it takes 12 swings. And the longsword swings with 2-second swings, I guess? Yeah, has a 2-second swing, which means that it's going to take you 24 seconds to swing the sword, to destroy the sword, and to do 23 damage. So all in all, you're looking at a 34.8 minute raid against the wall. And I think it's our longest one yet, besides for the metal pick. But in terms of resource costs, it's 16,800 metal frags and 2,520 cloth. So definitely a lot more expensive than the salvage sword, and even more expensive than the machete. Well, except for the cloth. But cloth has its own value besides the wood. So moving on, we now have the salvage cleaver. Now, the salvage cleaver actually surprised me a little bit. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it actually was. So with the cleaver, it does 14 damage per cleaver with 13 swings and 2 seconds per swing. So you're looking at a total combined 26 seconds to break the cleaver against the wall. It's going to take 143 cleavers, give or take, and it's going to take 33.33 minutes. That's a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. Unfortunately, though, the cleaver is really, really expensive. You're looking at 25,025 metal frags, 4,290 cloth. If you have a ton of resources, if you're on like a ×10 server, it wouldn't be a bad idea to do it. But if you're looking for overall speed, I still think the salvage sword's probably going to be your best bet. Moving on now, we have the salvaged ice pick. Get up in the box. Now the salvaged ice pick does 12 damage, or sorry, no, 24 damage per pick, takes 23 swings to break the pick, and it has a swing speed of 1.25 seconds, which means that it's going to take 28.75 seconds to break the pick. Now, yes, I know this isn't broken down into actual seconds, 28.75, but just make adjustments where it needs to be made. So that's going to take you a combined total of 84 picks and just a little under 40 minutes to break. But it's going to cost you 12,600 frags and 2,100 cloth. Moving on, we have the salvaged hammer. Now this one is actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be as well. So for the salvaged hammer, it does 12 damage per hammer. It takes 31 swings to break the hammer, and it has a 1 second swing, which means it's going to take you 31 seconds to break the hammer. Now, to break the wall, it's going to take 167 hammers, give or take, and 86.11 minutes to do it solo. Which, oh, that's a very long time. 8,350 fragments and 16,700 wood. Now, honestly, I thought the hammer was going to be even worse than that. So I was a little surprised that it was under 100 minutes. But still, I mean, it's not bad. It's just not great. Moving on, we have the metal hatchet. Now this one actually performed a lot better than I thought it would too, because it's hitting a stone wall. So for the metal hatchet, you're looking at 34 damage per hatchet and a combined total of 68 swings. Now the swings are 0.9 seconds with a combined total of 61.2 seconds per hatchet. Now it's going to take you 59 hatchets to break this wall down, a combined total of 60 minutes, but it's going to be 2,950 frags and 5,900 wood. So, taking the time aspect out of it, I was actually really surprised that the hatchets did as much damage as they did, but also had as many swings as they did, because I figured the hatchet would break a lot sooner. Next, we're almost done here. We're looking at the salvaged axe. Now, the salvaged axe, oops, I fell off the box. Salvaged axe does 22 damage per hatchet or axe. It has 30 swings until the axe breaks, with a swing speed of 1.25 seconds, for a combined total of 37.5 seconds per axe. Now it's going to take you 91 axes to bust this wall down, with a combined total of 56.81 minutes total time. And the crafting cost is pretty up there, 22,750 metal frags and 4,550 wood. 2 more left. We're almost done. First, we have the wooden spear, and the wooden spear does 21 damage per spear, with a combined total of 21 swings to break the spear, with a swing speed of 1.9 seconds, for a combined total of 39.9 seconds per spear. It's going to take you 96 spears, give or take, to break this wall down, 63.333 minutes, and a combined total of 2,880 wood. Last, we have the stone spear. And for the stone spear, it's going to take 18 damage per spear with 13 swings. The swing speed, just like the other spear, is 1.9 seconds, except it's going to be 24.7 seconds per stone spear. So that ends up meaning you're going to need 112 spears. It's going to take you 45.74 minutes, and the crafting costs for this are astronomical. For one, you're going to need a wooden spear for every stone spear. So you're going to need 112 wood spears, which alone comes to 33,600 wood. On top of that, you need 11,200 stone and 2,800 cloth. Now, there's a lot to go on there, and there's a couple things that I didn't cover. I didn't cover any of the bone tools, for one. And I know a lot of people are going to ask about the bone club. Yes, you could use a bone club, but it doesn't do enough damage to make it even worth putting in the video. So really, my top 3 are 1, the metal pick, for its resource costs, which are very, very low. It has about an average time of 42.25 minutes. And for all intents and purposes, it's really the go-to for a lot of people. Next, if resources aren't that big of a deal for you, I would probably do the salvage sword. Because 1, it has the fastest time with 28 minutes. In terms of resource cost, it's only 8,400 frags, but the one that hurts a little bit is the 2,100 cloth. But if you can get over that cloth, you'll be able to tear this wall down really fast. And that 28 minutes is solo by yourself. So if you divide that up between a couple people, it's really going to go quick. And last but not least, I would probably say my third would be the machete. Now, the reason I say the machete is because, one, it has a 33.33 minute time to take the wall down. And it's the same time as the cleaver, except with the machete, one, it's a lot faster, so it's going to feel like it's going faster. But two, in terms of resource costs, the machete is only 11,550 frags, whereas the cleaver is 25,000 frags. And the machete is 15,400 wood, which is a lot, don't get me wrong, but compared to the cleaver's, I said that, the machete's 15,000 wood, right? I said that? Compared to the cleaver's 4,290 cloth, I think the cloth has a lot more value than the 15,000 wood does, because just find yourself any large forest and you can get that wood really fast. If you want to try to get 4,000 cloth very fast, it's going to be hard. So anyway, that's it for this video. I have another pick rating video coming up here pretty soon. It's going to cover a couple different things that people have been asking about. I might split them up into separate videos. I don't know yet. We're going to see how that goes. But if you guys like this video, if you have any other questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next How to Rust video. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching How to Rust, a series for new players to the game of Rust. If you have any ideas for future episodes that could be useful to new players, please feel free to leave a comment in the comments section of this video.